Come on. Drip!
I
didn't even practice it. You know, I'm gonna regret this because it's bare hot in the room.
MC this.
I like the background. Check the back of it. So,
then I could get a jacket.
oh man, so,
I love the jacket. Well done.
say it, babe.
Well done.
So this poem I'm gonna do is called Cartoon Kid.
Yes.
And I was lost in cartoons. I used it as an escape. So yeah, just ride with me on this one. I used to get lost in cartoons as a child, using it as a means of escape. No escape rope. You see, my crystal was a maze. Fantasy entertainment, entertaining that entertained me because I wasn't old enough for reality shows. You see, my reality showed that I was just a GMO product in an environment of pain. And every cartoon watched was an IV drip to my veins. There were no Pinky and the Brain dreams, no Ed and Eddie schemes. Picture the scene that I've seen. Broken homes broke down my outer core. My self-worth was shaggy. And I didn't care much for what Scooby do because I had to be... My self-worth was shaggy. And I didn't care much for what Scooby do because I had to be scrappy in order to fight for scraps. You see, I was more in tune with my vulture than my culture, but that's what happens when you scavenge for survival. Chasing my ambition to just live was like Tom and Jerry. But just like Tom, I always felt deflated, defeated. This state of living should not be a state of living. But as a child growing up, I only ever saw what was in front of me. They said that eyes are the windows to the soul. Look into my eyes back then and all you saw was TV static. Next to a TV screen that made like beams. And took me to places where recess was more than just break time. More than just playtime. Does that mean I'm a Looney Tune and a maniac for thinking that reality was false? That cartoons made sense? I was so in tune to the tune of tunes that Cartoon Network to veil over my eyes. Depression swiped right and side swiped until my inner head shape stretched out. Hey Arnold. Good. But I was still looking for that hey poet from anyone with a heartbeat. But you can't get that from the deceased, so I turned to DC because I couldn't bear to marvel at me. I'm boiling over. I couldn't find myself in the steam. Where's my self-esteem? I felt like Chucky from Rugrats. And not because I had rats in my rug. You see, I was so low when I was so low. Those cartoons were repeated. Feeling my inner demons with fruity thoughts when I'm sleeping. Bananas. They don't know whole song. Reality, I'm really scared. And I don't know how to break out. Took breaks in other people's home because I couldn't stand the breakage of my own home. I was using my oven as more than just cooking. It was my central heating. I wasn't a vegan by choices because I couldn't afford cow and chicken. Remember, I had to scrape for scraps.
No, I just felt it's about it.
And blink back every tear when I was in a tailspin. How do you control what you don't know? If you ever decided to talk to me, I'll reciprocate that with anger. Batman, Flintstones like pebbles, I'll bedrock man's head till I bam bam. Pressure press my points like pressure points, the release was out of reach. You see, I wanted to reverse grudge and crawl into the TV screen. The darkness was overwhelming. My freedom scattered like sesame seeds, whereas Sesame Street with Elmo was feeling more like Elm Street with Freddy, so closing my eyes wasn't an option. No more sinking into the sofa. Get out. It's not obscure for you to be a captain, planet, and know that you have the ring of love all along instead of all alone. Those cartoons don't need you. They never watched you in the first place. Was it worth the square vision that tried to pop eye? You don't even like spinach. just know that the TV's finished. You don't have to watch cartoons the same way people see reality shows. Who gives a fuck what your reality show? You got more options than problems. Change the narrative. Be the narrator, not the character. Because once they stop drawing the characters, there'll be no more cartoons. But you still be there. And that's what your reality shows.